everyone, and welcome to Legal Limelight. Today's guest is Ally Weiss. She's the founder and CEO of Grip Baby. Ally has 20 years experience in marketing, working at companies like Pinterest and Google. Ally is also a client of the firm, and I'm so excited to chat with her all things growing a business online, thriving and using marketing from her prior world and applying it to grow her own company. Ally, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Francesca. It's so nice to be here. I feel like as a new business owner, there are so many things that other new business owners can learn from us working together and me launching this business. It's not just a baby onesie, it's a patented idea. So that brings in a whole slew of concerns, questions, and just legal things we had to do together to really set me on the right path. So I
Yeah,
appreciate you
and
guys.
as a founder, I think that's how we first connected through a client referred us to you. And when
Yeah.
I saw the product, I'm a mom of two boys and was like, oh my gosh, this is such an incredible product. I feel like most people don't think think they need a patent, but sometimes they either miss the window
Right.
or they don't invest in it early. So can you
Yep.
tell us a little bit about your journey and
Yeah.
how you saw inventorship being an important piece of being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, absolutely. So when my little babies were learning to crawl, really the first one, he was slipping all over the floor. And I went online to purchase something like what I had invented, and it simply didn't exist. So I wanted to move fast. Like in my brain, I was like, okay, I'm going to contact manufacturers. We're going to go, 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 go. And I was like, take a step back. If this really doesn't exist, we need to do some research and build a patent. I don't think I really knew what that meant and what went into that prior to starting this patent process. So you've helped me a lot with that. But taking a step back, there's a lot of scam on the internet. There's a lot of
Yeah.
legal companies that aren't really doing the whole process. So I won't name names, but I first invested time with a lawyer who's very popular, and started the patent process. And they did the patent search for me, figured that, there's really nothing like it. And we moved forward with the process. So starting that process, I felt really good. I felt really protected. But then as time went on, I sort of started questioning the protection. What is actually in these documents I signed? Am I in the US? Do we need to go global? So that's when I reached out to one of your clients, and they referred me to you guys. And the first thing we did was an IP and patent like review to see what actually do I have and what do I need to do. And there we found tons of holes. So I was really thankful that I hadn't really gone super big yet on social media. It was sort of like I ordered 1,000 onesies to kind of test the market. It went really well. And then in the meantime, you and I were working together to cover me in the areas, that I could afford and the areas that were the most important, where people copy a lot. And where I was manufacturing, which is another important detail, I think, for people to know, like where you're manufacturing, get coverage. And we also looked at my taglines and things that were not covered off on, and we included those. So I would say in the beginning, cover yourself in the United States, and as you have funds to grow, make like just expand and only go off referrals for lawyers. do not do not do a Google search and work that way. I've gotten pretty screwed patent wise and trademark wise that way.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, yeah. We
yeah,
well, I'm really glad you found us. And you're right. So you mentioned the IP audit and playbook. That's
yeah,
actually something that I started doing once I left Big Law and
yeah,
worked directly with founders and entrepreneurs. I realized that every single entrepreneur needs this advice,
yeah,
but they need it scaled to them within their budget and within their stage of business, but they still need advice. So what I see, which is the problem with a lot of lawyers, is they will take you where you are and they'll just assume, okay, this company is a startup. So I will just advise her on exactly what she needs today and not
right.
anticipate your growth versus like the audit approach. What it is you're still getting the same advice that you would get like an enterprise that I would give an enterprise type client, but
Yeah.
we're scaling it to figure out, okay, what's the core trademarks that you need protected? What's the core
Yep.
copyrights? What are the core patents and contracts? So it was definitely a lot like of stuff we
Yeah.
had to build it. Hopefully you feel comfortable now
Yep.
taking your company and putting it on TikTok and going
Yeah.
viral.
Yeah, I think what's important for the audience to know if they don't understand what an IP or patent audit is, think of it this way. Let's say you have money in the bank and you have no idea what's going on with it. You know you've invested some, you know that you've done some crypto. It's like hiring a financial advisor to take a look at your funds and explain to you how we can make it better. That's exactly how it is with you guys. I had no idea what papers I had signed. I didn't really know if where my patent was in the process. I hadn't
Yeah.
been communicated by this lawyer in so long, and every time I tried to contact them, it was minimal effort. So what it was for the audience to know is like really digging deep into where I am in my patent process, what things need to be covered. And honestly, I felt so much stronger and more confident in my business after doing that because I'm like, there's a real person here I can talk to. They know what's going on with everything behind the scenes and they want the best for me. And so that was really reassuring and like made me feel so much more confident in my business.
I'm so glad. Yeah, and it's not always easy to take the time and money with being
Yeah.
candid and
Yeah.
investing. It's something that I'm a business owner, right? So we just hired a new tax person because our company is growing. And
Yep.
when you start working with advisors that give strategy and proactive and do audits, it is this like leveling up. But if you're
Yep.
anticipating growth,
Right.
I think I know I'm confident that you handled it properly, getting the diagnosis, getting the audit,
Yep.
and now executing that plan. So I'm glad that we
Yeah.
were able to help you.
Yeah. I mean, something I'm learning as a business owner is that you need to anticipate like especially if you have a patent, that is a whole
Mhm.
different, like a patent is a whole different world. IP, great, yes, you need to do that, you need to own your name, you need to own your taglines and all that, but if you have a patent, like it is such a different world and you need to anticipate having a lot more money to spend to be able to protect yourself because as you've explained to me, if you don't do that up front, your business could be wiped out, honestly. Like if somebody starts copying you and you have nothing really to back that it was your idea first, like it's all about the brand then. And you just have to focus on the brand and building the brand versus like
Yeah,
relying on your patent to be
you're
something unique.
legally, you're making a business decision to compete with
Yeah.
the knockoffs that are technically
Yeah.
legal. There's another area that's trade dress, which is so
Mm,
if you miss the patent, because there's a if you miss the patent, there's a short window to file to get the patent. So if you miss it, sometimes you could protect the product designs with trade dress, but it's so much harder.
right.
You need to demonstrate significant what's called acquired distinctiveness. So people need to look at the product and immediately think of the brand. Otherwise, it's not possible to get. So the brand needs to spend a lot of money marketing and advertising, making sure that they're telling customers this design points to us. But
Yeah.
you don't want to only rely on that. So patents are an
Right.
amazing tool. My patent partner who you work with,
Yep.
Angela Cox, always tells us
Right.
it's like time is your enemy when it comes to patents. Time is your
Yeah.
enemy.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in a world where everyone's trying to come up with something new and have some
Yeah.
new idea, it's really like you got to get there first. It reminds me of that. I mean, the Mark Zuckerberg quote. Well, it's really the actor in The Social
Yeah.
Network when he says, if you invented Facebook, you would have invented Facebook. It's like you have to get there first. You have to get these legal documents in place. Otherwise, there's a million other people with great ideas who are gonna probably 10 other people have this idea. It's a great idea and it's simple. So it's like you just got to get to your lawyer first and start filing those patents.
Get to your lawyer first, of course, but then actually building a prototype, but then bringing
Yes.
to market. So can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about like making that leap from
Yeah.
conception to actual execution.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you have an idea for something, especially me working in branding and marketing, the first thing I did personally was like design it in Canva. So that's really just
Amazing.
taking like pictures and hodgepodging together what I think this could potentially look like and just kind of like sitting down and drawing it. The next thing I did was I submitted these designs to the patent lawyer, and then that's kind of how the patent process starts. But if we're talking about actually building a prototype, I worked with a company called Prototype LLC, and they are sort of like, they're based in Indonesia, but they also have people in the United States. So they do a lot of the communication with the manufacturers for you because it can be very difficult to communicate with them. But they helped me build the actual prototype, and it was
That's
just
awesome.
simple design communication. They have designers that actually like build it out for you because I'm not a designer. I don't know specs of like clothing and stuff. And they
Yeah.
went off American US standard sizes for babies. And essentially they sent me back and forth prototypes. And the first thing I received, the grip was not, it wasn't very grippy, and I'm like, does one thing. This does one thing. It helps babies crawl and it helps them not slip. So I knew that I couldn't use the standard grip that onesies have on the bottom, and we had to have something like super jelly and like that, as they crawl, it doesn't like pop off or fade off
Wow.
fast, and it works. You can wash it and it's not going to just kind of fade quickly. So that was our biggest thing. And then just sizes and dealing with like zippers. So most baby onesies, the zipper goes down the leg. But you can see in ours, it does not. So some moms might be like, this is a little weird. I'm used to like zipping down, but I didn't want the zipper to be in the way of the
Yeah.
baby crawling. So you sort of put these on a little bit more like pants and then zip up. And you can kind of think of it as like baby activewear. This is
Like
probably not something
leggings.
they're gonna, yeah, like leggings. It's probably not something they're gonna sleep in, although it's completely safe to sleep in. It's something they're gonna use day to day and crawl around and have tummy time and start pulling themselves up. And it's really fun to see a baby go from not using this to using this. Moms and dads and parents are usually like, oh my God, my baby's up and crawling. And it gives them a sense of like safety and just like, okay, they're gonna not be slipping all the time and hitting their chin. So yeah, it was just a simple like build a prototype, make sure that it's everything you want it to be. And then they build it out in every size. They send you every size, you review every size, approve every size, and then you can get into your colors. And right now I'm just keeping it really simple with 2 colors. And in the future I'll expand, but I want to be really thoughtful about making too much stuff. Like the brands often make too much stuff and then they have stuff left over and it goes in a dump.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
No, I love that. I I always say for an idea for a fashion company because I am right? As
Yeah.
busy moms, like I don't want to think about what I have to wear. I just want to go in my closet and I
Yeah.
know like I have a
Yeah.
wardrobe. I I
Capsule.
have like my
Capsule
mom outfit
wardrobe.
I wear.
Yeah.
And for a clothing company, why do you need 20 different shirts? If you make one great shirt, have
Yeah.
that one great shirt in different sizes and colors, have that one great pant. Like it's kind of a good idea. Maybe we should start at Ally.
Well, honestly, I think it's really good to simplify. There's so many baby products out there in the
Yeah.
world. I think as a mom, I became incredibly overwhelmed by what I needed and what I didn't. And it was almost like this compulsion to like get all the things that I need. You don't need that much actually. It's nice when you get gifts and there's a lot of amazing products out there. There's also a lot of really bad products that I encountered. And so I wanted to build something that was simple and worked, and a mom wasn't going to get it and be like, okay, this was kind of a like this like looked cool, but it like doesn't actually do anything. That happened to me a lot when I was using products, or they would just like break. So it's a really simple product. Babies love it, moms love it, dads love it, parents love it, grandparents love it, and I hope
That's
that I
awesome.
can help babies everywhere just crawl a little bit easier.
Oh my gosh, you are. And it's not only is it functional, but they're obviously with design and marketing and brand very chic and cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Allie. It was so great to
yeah.
see you. We'll catch you soon.
We'll talk soon. All right, bye-bye.